Family. It's another week, another another day closer to the weekend. Happy Friday. The title of this live stream is Just Think. Now, family, just think, and I mean just think. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Just think, family. Just think 500,000 of us, Black Americans, Black anything, Aboriginal American, Indian, Moorish, whatever. Just think what we could do with these dollars made by America. We don't understand the power that we have. We could pay with the organized board, we could pay $10 a month, 500,000 of us. I'm gonna keep repeating this. We could pay Black young families to stay together. We could have a togetherness bill so the kids will at least have both of their parents. Get 900 to 3,000 a month. They already do it with welfare. If you're not with the man, we'll pay you a certain amount. That's pushing something towards our culture, and it's invisible. So we could do a lot with our dollars. We could create scholarship programs for our youth to go to tech schools to learn various things, how to prompt AI, how to prompt coding, because coding now, AI is going to be doing the coding. So it's all about prompting in the future. Then we could create our own community of people that look like us creating things. And it's none the matter with that. It's none the matter with that, especially the brutality that we've been through, as a people. I had a conversation with a young lady today, and she was of not the Choctaw, I think it was the Yamis Nation. And she got upset at me because I had a video and I was with some guys that was from Nigeria. And we were just being open and talking about the division amongst, Black Americans and Africans. And basically what happened is that I guess she got upset because I said a lot of Black Americans don't travel that much, that are hating on the Africans a lot. If you guys don't know about the Aboriginal American movement, they basically be pushing division. They're pushing division, and and the crazy thing about it, family, I'm Aboriginal American Indian, but I understand what division does. You see, I was raised in a community where it was dominated by Crips. It was a majority Crip. It was a Crip neighborhood. And you had your Blood neighborhood over at Cabbage Patch. You had your Crip neighborhood in East Coast, and they still didn't get along. So the thing is that our division is hindering our progress. If we get together, do you know we could keep drug addicts out of our safe zones in our community? We could pay off drug lords, be like, hey, we'll pay you, 200,000 a year just to stay off these blocks, just to have these kids go to school, in a safe area. We could control our music. We could control mostly everything that we come up with. We could have a great movement that's really peaceful. Remember, my family, remember this. We have camera phones now. They can't lie no more. What are you afraid of? Why can't we, someone out here that's listening to me that deals with money and all that, please create a chamber of commerce for us. My brother Spot will be the first to give you our business proposal, our business model, and what we're going to do for the community, how many of our people we're going to hire, uh, you know, gives scholarship or money towards HBCUs, just all promissory. Now, 500,000 people put in $10 a month. That's roughly 5 million a month. So the whole 5 million won't be wasted because the Chamber of Commerce has to get very strong. So a lot of the beginning of it is going to go on people that we trust, as in payroll. The first amount of dollars, I'm just putting ideas out there, goes to the people who work it. They get their annual. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be a livable wage. Okay. And then the next amount of money goes towards real estate. Yes, real estate. We have to buy certain plots of land, plots of like apartment buildings. This has to be organized and not stealing. Black people, preachers, Dr. Umar, no stealing. It makes me sick because it messes up our people trusting us. We have to have a trusted system where now, okay, we're getting $10 a month from 500,000 people, but at the same time, if we're buying buildings free and clear, that's people in those rental properties, especially the percentage of us that's in those rental properties that have two-parent homes. Let's think about this. Half off rent. Yeah. Now you're going to stay with each other? Mm-hmm. So the kids can at least, and you have to have those kids in two sports out of the year. If it's baseball and football, if it's football and basketball, you have to have them out there. You have to be a parent. If our agents find you, you're out the system. You ain't gonna get no annual money. You're not an annual. Let's say monthly. You're not gonna get your monthly. I think that's better with the mindset. You're gonna try harder. If you get the annual, we got to give you a monthly. You know what I'm saying? So this bullshit could get out of our culture. You know what I'm saying? We could own our own entertainers to where other ethnicities don't own our entertainers. And then our entertainers could do as they feel. And then maybe they could become a more of a trusted leader. How can we trust entertainers when they're ruled by other people? I talked to Common Sense once, and he looked at me like he was afraid of me. And then I was getting my hair cut on La Cienega. That's a barber. It was like real close to Melrose when I was back home. And he's walking down the street. He's with this because this is a Jewish community. So he's walking with this Jewish guy. And then one of the guys in the barbershop was like, hey, that's Common Sense. So he went out to Common Sense. And Common Sense rap about, oh, black women are beautiful, this, that. Yo, I seen him with my own eyes. He acting like he's scared of the dude and looking at him weird. And he a brother. He was just giving him props. See, this is what I'm saying, family. He or she who pays you controls you. All this stuff that we're going through now is fool's gold. We're messing up. We have to change our culture. We have to change Aboriginal American Indians saying, oh, we don't look like Africans. When I've been to Ghana and they do. And then the ones of us that went there, it wasn't a lot of, I didn't see anyone that looked like me when I was in Ghana. But I've seen someone that looked like me in South Africa. And in South Africa, they're mixed. And they go through the same stuff that Americans do. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans. Yes, Black Americans were here first, just like in South Africa. And the South Africans are going through the same thing that Black Americans are going through. And a lot of people don't believe that, so what? But it's true. Can't find one slave ship that's intact. If it was thousand, and it's just the story is so it's one of the biggest lies. Did Africans come over here and they brought them on cargo boats? Yes. It's a lot of bullshit and even more bullshit. Our people be like, okay, yeah, get with this tribe, get with your tribe, get with this tribe. And then how is that going to help us financially? How is that going to help us? What you gonna get? You gonna charge them everybody for genealogies? You're doing another church bullshit. We have to be economically strong. We have to pour our money together. We have to buy property. We're never going to be able to own America like we did. Our ancestors, they fucked up. They lost. Just like South Africa, they lost. They don't own nothing. The original people don't own nothing. You don't think those white people in South Africa, if they would have lied and said white people are always here in South Africa. They would have tried that shit, but they couldn't. The plan didn't go as well as the plan went in America. The plan just went well. Our cultures was a little different than the African cultures. We didn't believe in owning land, and they got us. They were like, oh, you don't believe in owning land? Okay. This is British. This is French. This is it. And then they start making, bartering with us, and then we built every goddamn thing. And then they built schools and got us off our land, because check this out, family. Don't you understand? If you have land and you can feed yourself, do you have to work for anyone? Do you have to go to school? You see the games they play? And they get your ego up. Oh, I'm smart. When it's all kind of different tiers of intelligence. It has nothing to do with testing. Testing to me is just testing you to see how good of a worker you're going to be. And you're going to make more money for that white person, or majority of the time a white person. Even the poor white people, they're making money for wealthy white people that don't even give a rip about them. And the only thing that they could, blame is us, when we're not really the problem. You know what I'm saying? Latinos coming over here from America, from Central America, which is America still, and South America, which is America still. They were here because those are mulattoes. Original people are black here. Those are mulattoes. Why do you think they look like the Middle Easterns? The Middle Easterns are mulattoes. Asian, white, and black mix. Look at the wars. Read books on the wars. When a certain ethnicity win a war, they take the women. And when you mix people, I seen the mix. I'm from LA. I just seen the mixtures. So I know what that makes over time. Why does Middle Easterns look like Latino people? Why does Latino people look like Middle Easterns? Asian, white, and black mix. And then they push aside the original people. They did it in Egypt. They did it in Mexico. They did it in Honduras. They did it and then made the black people really think that they're from Africa. It's like barely no one missing. It's no families that's even saying, yeah, my great grandfather, or no, not my great grandfather, my grandmother, great grandfather of mine has a letter saying, please bring my daughter back. Wouldn't it be a whole bunch of information of that? Oh no, those were prisoner tribes. Well, shit, when they took over the the other tribes in Africa took over that tribe, and then they sold them and all that. Wouldn't it be some rebuttal in the other tribes? It wasn't. They weren't far from each other because you didn't have cores then. Wouldn't there be some rebuttal? You believe anything that they put in a book. This is what this is how strong people's subconscious is, and this is what wealthy white people understand. And all of them, they're not even educated. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people that are great foundation, like Elon Musk and all that, I don't even think a lot of them have degrees, but they're billionaires. It's crazy how smart these people are. Do you know if you put a black man as Jesus Christ and this was promoted and produced all around the world for hundreds of years, black people would be looked at differently because the subconscious and treated differently. The subconscious, you can't, when you look at something constantly, when you look at a white woman always and they say that white woman is the most beautiful woman in the world, you wonder why pro athletes that are black, they start going with these women. You got to understand this is psychology on a high level. And it starts when they're young. So what we have to do as a people, and this doesn't mean we hate white people. This doesn't mean we hate Asian people. This doesn't mean we hate Middle East people. Because when they come here, all they do is deal with each other and no one has a problem with it. But the minute I talk about it, on YouTube, live stream sometime, not now, I guess not tonight. I haven't really read. It's probably going to be some comments. Oh, color doesn't matter. Look at the action. Someone could say anything. Color doesn't matter. But look at the action. Why are they, taking the Latinos away in ICE? Oh, color doesn't matter. Well, they were drug dealers and some were, they were doing illegal stuff. They overstayed. Well, Eastern Europeans overstayed too. They're still on visas. They're not even touching them. They want to keep it white. They want to keep the white woman reproducing with. This is game. You guys, like Europeans, were the last to come here. Black people were mixing with Asians when they came over here, and Genghis Khan was chasing them, and they was trying to get away from that crazy Mongol. They were over here. And then they came further and further down. They met up with black people and made a gang of Tiger Woods. And then when the Spaniards came, the French came and all that, oh, newfound land. Blatant people. Oh, the new world. And people are already there. And they start mixing. White, black, and Asian. Makes a Latino, Middle Eastern person every time. Black people used to live up there when it wasn't sand. Black people lived all in Dubai, and it wasn't even named that then. Probably like Kush or something like that. But black people up there. But then the Mongols wanted it. So they start going up there. They battling. Eventually they going to win 1 or 2 games. They start mixing with the women. Then the Romans came in, not the Saxons. Who else? It was a few other movements of white people went in. The Italians were, I think, the Romans, and it was a lot of mixed people in those armies. It just wasn't white people. And then white, black, and Asian, they made a Middle Eastern person that looked just like a Latino. Stop believing in books. Travel to the place, then read the book, and then make a synopsis. I just think that's the most accurate thing. I wish we had time machines and we could be invisible so we won't mess up the history, the historic fact. I guarantee you everybody's mouth would be like this. These people lied. Black people were on this planet first. If you don't believe it, go and look at archaeologists like notes. It's like National Archives around where you can't lie. And then you dig deep in Asia, all around. Everyone had hair like this. You dig deep down in Louisiana, Texas, in the ground, Mississippi, up north, Ohio. Everyone had hair like this. You see, this is the indicator. Not no wavy shit, not no mixed person here. Naps! We were there. And the reason why I could say it with a clear face, because I had seen it and I was appalled everywhere in the damn world. You know what conquered black people? Black men not being able to keep they in their pants and mixing. So a lot of those other people start looking at it as a fad. Wow, look at that. Look at that mixed baby. Oh, I want one too. Listen, black people are the most faddish people. We are very creative. So that shit happened all over the world. And then when a white man came, he got game. He like, hey, if you're lighter, you're better than them. And they did that shit all around the world. And India backed it up. Indians like are some of the most prejudiced people on the planet. Just because your skin color, you're gonna wear a black dot or something like just stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you guys really get to know Gandhi, Gandhi was not what they say he was. Gandhi was a motherfucker. He was prejudiced as a mug. So, you know, this is what I'm talking about. How does everyone come from Africa when it's bones older than Africa in Turkey and America? The archaeology is already, this is what I'm saying. We just regurgitate what motherfucker instead of just looking into it without emotions. Like, okay, the oldest bones, the oldest structures. The oldest structures is in the Americas. They have more pyramids in the Americas. And then in Turkey, they have a structure older than any structure in whatchamacallit, in America. I mean in Africa. So how can you say that Africa was the first place where humans were? You just this is what I'm saying. That's not true. We were everywhere. At one time, this was Pangea. It was another type of planet. It was another type of Earth. Excuse me. It was another type of Earth. They have radiation in deserts. They have like, you literally could look up National Archives to where they studied the ground. It was a war and they had massive technology and black people were the power. And a few other, you know, people that are spreading the truth, they're around, you know, they're content creators. And I'm not agreeing with them just because I like them. I'm not going to even say their names, but it's real. You could just look up National Archives. It costs money though. And yo, it was some different shit on planet Earth. Black people were ruling and we had some crazy technology and we had wars with something that wasn't from here. Because you see, we were building for them. We were building for them. So when I say, a lot of us like these stories, but when it comes down to it, if we want to change things as black people, we have to understand money, organization, and movements, and understanding what to pay for. What if Martin Luther King understood if he had money behind him? Yo, I need a lot of security. Martin Luther King would have never got shot. Or Malcolm X, like, yo, I came back from Mecca. The FOI kind of acting funny. Let me, here, guard me. He would have never got shot. When you are in a position to get leverage and America doesn't like it, they will respect you more when you're armed and you have a massive amount of security. They're going to try to talk to you first. They're going to, it's a lot of I'm not always right, but I just seen the game. You know, it's some weak countries out there that America could just plummet, but it's a group of people. So they can't, I think that's international law. They can't just blow them, obliterate them. They can't do that. And yeah, we'll get hit too in the process, especially nowadays. People have nukes, but America would do way more. Like I'm, man, what I've seen on the photo of the ship, on my ship, my destroyer, Tomahawks, come on, man, that was 96 through 2002. I can imagine what they have now. I remember in I think it was 98, we were in the Puget Sound. I was stationed in Everett, Washington, and we were testing the laser. Then, what do you think they have now? Like you couldn't even see the laser, and they'll just blow this boats up. You'll just hear it, fire, and they'll just catch on fire. Metal. What do you think they got now? China got some good stuff, but America puts majority of our taxes and other money that they make on defense. Why do you think they're the power in the world? So what should black people do? Just like the FOI. What does the FOI have? Defense. So they're respected. You can't make a bloody shower. You can't do that. You can't be dropping bombs on people like in Philly. They can't do that no more. You can't do that bomb dropping like they did on Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. You can't do that no more. Camera phones. So black people, stop being afraid. Stop being jealous of your own brother. Stop blaming gentrification on other people when we didn't put our money together or teach our children how to even pay property tax. Be accountable. If someone takes the money and they're untrustworthy black people like Dr. Umar, Jay Morrison, pastors, not all pastors, but a lot of them. What do they need money for? Jesus don't need money. He doesn't need money. And then you don't pay taxes? Come on, people. It's a concert. I would respect them more if it's read, you get your daily bread, they read you some great information to live by. It's amazing. And then they have the best singers. Like, if you have the way I feel about religion, if I go to church, I'm like this. I'm like, damn, come on, man, it moves you. Just call it a goddamn concert. Because you're not helping the community. You can't. Because you're 5-0, I ain't going to even say it. You can't. And this is why we have to self-fund. If we don't self-fund, we will always be controlled. Pakistanians, self-fund. Middle Eastern, self-fund. Both of those, Pakistani, East Indian, Middle Easterns, don't you see them in all the Chevrons and the gas stations? They cornered that niche. They niched that market. That's not because America gave them some funding like black people be lying. They self-fucking-funded. The Korean people that come here, the Korean Americans, they self-fund. Go on their website, the Korean Coalition, and try to join their coalition. You're not invited. They have dues, and they bought up a gang of Koreatown off Wilshire, all them apartments. They bought them up. Where do you think I'm getting this? I study people. I don't go to school. I study and look at stuff realistic. Why can't we copy that? Why do you think the Koreans own all these beauty places where they have the hair that our women want to wear? They have the body oils, the eyelashes. They don't have to make money off us. All we have to do is get 500,000 of us and invest $10 a month. That's 5 million. We can have beauty salons all over the place that's ran by sisters. And hopefully the money that's allotted to those sisters, they don't have bad attitudes. And then when they're suffering, we have enough funds to help them through the stormy days. Or we could do so many things. Or we could buy all those buildings, those commercial businesses, buildings that are in the west side of Atlanta. Gut them and make them better. Buy the whole thing full charge, and then charge a little of nothing for the black owned businesses. So at least they can save up money. Little of nothing. Then we could pay the drug dealers that are powerful 200 to 500,000 a year. Stay away from this area. We don't want to see you. We don't want your addicts over here, all that. Keep that over here. We're not telling you not to do it because we know you're just going to keep doing it. But we're going to make you even more richer to stay over here. You could do that with money. And all these people up here, these black people saying that money ain't real, this, that, because you upset because you don't think you can make it. So you want to hate on it. Money is a tool. It's not meant to love. It's a tool. It's not meant really to flex. It's a tool to have control. If you don't have money, you can't defend yourself. Like me, right now, I'm barely able to defend myself. I looked into my finances. If three things happen bad, oh, I'm having problems. Some people, is one thing happen bad, they're having problems. So, and anybody who's questioned me, what really makes you think, yo, these are my theories. I don't know it all. I have an opinion and I can have it. Those who get mad at my opinions, why? Have your opinion and say, hey, I think blacks, we need to resurface how we come at each other. Like, yo, I really don't agree with that. Okay, well, why? Don't get mad at it. Motherfuckers ain't specialists. None of us are. I'm just a brother on here, brand ambassador of my brother spot, trying to put ideas out here to let our people know, yo, we could build this. Yo, we could get bonded. We could start a chamber of commerce. We could pay ourselves. I would like to have a job like this and be a part of the board where I make like 70,000 a year. Everyone, you have agents that make 30,000 a year. These aren't full-time jobs, but it has a lot of responsibility. And if you cheat the system, 10 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? This could be real dangerous. You gotta, everything by the book, everything. That's why my brother spot gonna be the first when we find out, whoever makes it, we're gonna be first to put our business model and what we're trying to do, how many black people we're gonna hire, how much we gonna give to HBCUs, how we're going to, how many websites that we're gonna produce for a lot of black owned businesses, and have the means to have people that can speak way better than me, because for some reason, people like getting tricked. People like hearing like it has to be extravagant the way you explain things. That's why a lot of people, family, we don't get the best businesses in America, because a lot of the good businesses don't really know how to move people. Like Dr. Umar, like pastors, like imagine Elon Musk trying to, if he didn't have no funding, with all these white people saying, I'm gonna make rockets. I'm gonna start Tesla, and Tesla are cars that run with electricity. Man, no one gave them money. People love being tricked. My brother Spot, we ain't gonna trick you. We know what we could do. We know what we can do. Are people gonna doubt us? Yes. The only reason why I believe in my brother Spot tech team is because they created me revenue. When I invested in my brother Spot, they didn't fully charge me at all. They proved it to me. I made my return on investment in a year and 7 months. Who's doing that in business? I have 2 websites and they help me pay my bills, man. So I changed my YouTube channel from the Solution Podcast to my brother Spot because I believe in them. They did it. You know what I'm saying? They helped me be able to pay my bills. So the world is full of negativity. And when I know something is working and I'm saying something good, I'm going to get this. You're a hypocrite. You cannot talk about things when you long as you're in your sin. Okay? You need to call Jesus or you're going to hell. Well, if I go to hell and my spirit comes out my body, this is light. This is light right here. The light that illuminates out of this bulb, or the light that illuminates outside of the sun. One of the hottest spheres on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't the light burning? Why the sunlight? Why is it not burning? Well, what's going on? Can the sun feel the flames? Fear factor. I'm not on no bullshit. Yo, if my spirit comes out my body, my spirit is light. It's translucent. If anyone ever get close to a spirit and you try to touch it, you do like this. And then when I leave my body, my brain is left behind and my nerves. Motherfucker, what you talking about on a burning hell? Are you crazy? It's something else when we die, family. It's something else. But isn't it very strategic when white people handed people the Bible? And Jesus Christ, in the area that he was in, it was none but black people then. But then they have a white image. Caesar Borgia. Oops. The Son of God. Don't white people get skin cancer? The whole metaphor is fucked up. How is he the Son of God? The Son of God is a metaphor. Yo, family, people, this is imagery. Fear makes you make bad decisions. I'm not saying that it's not something up there, but the way they wrote it and all that is fucking lies. It's meant to control you. The 10 Commandments were never followed by the people who controlled the world. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. The 2. Imagine the natives in Hawaii. Imagine the natives in Africa. Imagine the natives in America. They hear this and they like, oh, the flames of hell. I don't want to burn forever. And they're believing this. And then the white man does the opposite. He has leverage. He's going to steal and kill. He didn't follow the 10 Commandments, but that was the game. So why you keep coming on here every time I'm on live talking about Jesus, dude? I don't push my spirituality on people and say, look, you have to learn how to breathe. You have to learn how to think of nothing and breathe. Cross your legs when you finish, you go in the mirror and you chant everything positive that you're going to do because ye are gods. All of us are. We have a form of it. We have stardust in our DNA, even white people. We all have capabilities. And these upper echelon people don't want us to know that because they need us as workers. But now it's getting late because now AI is going to form with robotics. And these sick motherfuckers know we don't need them. Why do you think they made the Matrix? You don't think down the line their great great grandkids that are sick and never interacted with regular people, everyday people, they're not going to care about the everyday people. They're going to keep the infants in these little things. They're thinking of this because Hollywood gets scripts from these weirdos. And they're going to harness the energy of infants. That was the metaphor of that. But you're older and they put the thing on you, think you're alive. You're in a simulation. Which in a way, I believe we are souls and flesh and we're in a simulation anyway. And it's really one of the best games that you could play in this simulation called life. You know what I'm saying? What if the game is called life? Love, infinite, friends, endless. And someone's playing us somewhere else, like Westworld. We don't know what the fuck is going on. So that Jesus Christ stuff, man, stop pushing that upon people. Let people be people. If you believe in Jesus Christ, that's beautiful. Stop pushing that on people on my live streams every time, man. It's getting old. It's stupid, dude. If it's a whole bunch, if it's millions of people to believe in Jesus Christ, I don't have a problem with it. Don't tell me I'm gonna burn in hell because you mad because I'm not talking your talk. Go to a goddamn other live stream, you weirdo. I don't get on a Christian live stream. You guys need to change and become spirituality. Fucking stupid. And then this motherfucker is the type that probably try to get a gun and try to find me and kill me. Like the one dude said from Nigeria, religion is the worst thing to happen to mankind. It's a lot of religious people that kill people. That most of the wars are because of religion. And you up here doing this shit. If it's an intelligent supreme being, I really don't think they'll be warring. If they're warring and telling us to do that, they just have more technology than us. That's not a supreme know-it-all being. Think. I don't know why we can't think. We're so emotional. We're so, okay, my family believes this, I'm going to believe this. Question everything. But with etiquette. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm about to get back into what if. What if Black people were together? Happy Black History Month, the shortest month of the year. Don't think that wasn't on purpose. So, what if Black Americans raise their children and our culture changed to like two-parent homes? What if Black people understood how it is, what it is to invest in many pots? $10 is not a lot of money. $10 is not a lot of money. But 500,000 of us, that's 5 million a month. You could stop all the bullshit that we're having in about 2 to 3 years. What if black people stop liking to harm each other? What if? What if? All those things that I just said, what if, and it came true, you know what's going to happen? Other ethnicities not going to make a lot of money. Let me say it again. If those three things that I said, we implemented that, a lot of other ethnicities wouldn't make money. We make people, other ethnicities, rich and wealthier. And they'll do anything for us to stay stupid. They will promote the music to be stupider. They will make you believe Sexy Red is the bomb. That's the worst fucking music I ever heard. That shit is stupid. And people got on the bandwagon. You know how much money they put behind Sexy Red? You know how much money they put behind trap music? You know how much money back in the days they put behind NWA? When they start kind of going towards the gang stuff, but it didn't work. Because at first, NWA was just talking about F the police, and they were conscious in a way. You know what I'm saying? They weren't talking about sets and gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? MC Ren kind of went down that level, but then MC Ren met the FOI, changed his ways, and the record labels didn't like that. You see, this is why I don't hate my people, because all the stuff that we're going through now has been engineered, and they fucking sneaky about it. They're sneaky. Listen. So what broke up two-parent homes in Black America? Because at first, damn near everybody had their mom and dads in the 60s. Man, if we go to 50s, 40s, all that stuff. But from 60s, 70s, see, I'm a 70s baby, so I didn't seen it when most of my homies that I grew up with, they had both of their parents. They didn't even know they was gonna be gangbangers. They had both of their parents, and we used to have block parties, and this was all over LA, and this was all over America. Yeah, we had single parent homes, but majority of motherfuckers it was two parent homes. But they put crack. They put it in our communities. So the people that say it's our fault for how we are. So black people went across the border in the 70s, like the late 70s, got all this cocaine, this yayo, brought that shit over here, had a lab in those days, and was like, I want to figure out a way to make people addictive more than, snorting cocaine. Wow, we made freebase. God, these monkeys, they can't get off it. These mice can't get off it. Does black people do that? And then it started distributing all in the neighborhoods around America, the black neighborhoods. And it broke up our families. That's why I don't hate my people. I may push accountability like, hey, let's get better. Let's get better. Let's get better. We're doing this wrong. But that don't mean I hate our people. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the stuff that we're doing bad, we've been engineered. We have a whole bunch of gatekeepers too. All they want is a great lifestyle. They don't care about us as a people. And they're very good at telling you the right things. And majority of the time, a lot of our people respond to positive, when you say something positive. But what if that positive thing is a lie? That's not going to help you. That's just like, all right, we got this school here, this, that, yeah, just pass everyone. And now you see all these kids, how they acting. They're upset anytime you say something that they don't agree with. The conditioning was made by those motherfuckers. Again, right now or tomorrow or this week, they're going to meet up again and say, how can we make more money off certain communities? But they always eventually point to us because we're the easiest to control. We're the easiest to trick. We believe in them too much. We don't do our own thing. Latinos far ahead of us now because they believe in doing their own thing. They work together, even though they bicker and all that more than the Asians, all that. But that's why on the totem pole and running this human race, that's why they're ahead of black people, because they work together. And there's no reason why we should hate that. Anybody that's in our community, black people that has businesses and all that, it's not that ethnicity fault, it's our fault. Hey, I mean, answer this question. Is it hard to put $10 a month in a movement with only 1% of our population to make 5 million a month to where we could allot it to black owned business? That's our fault. So what, these buildings that are abandoned, that need to be gutted and fixed up, they gonna tell you no, like, oh, you can't buy it. This ain't the motherfucking 60s. You could buy it. You have the money, you could buy it, and then we could pay, like I said, we could pay for those people that's in our community that's doing bad, pitching and all that. You know what I'm saying? Get their goons out of front of the area. You ain't gonna be selling stuff in front of here because we're gonna pay off your whatchamacallit, your OG. And you're gonna do it somewhere else. We gonna have our own labels to where we gonna have a lot of people that's spitting like Kendrick Lamar or Outkast or Killer Mike. Anyone talking about that destruction stuff, we not investing in you. Watch how fast the rap change. People ain't dumb. It takes this, and it takes togetherness. I'm not a hypocrite. So the guy say I'm a hypocrite. You know what? No, let's get deep on this. Everyone plays a role of a hypocrite. We've all been hypocrites, including me. But right now, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So I look at the world. I interact with people here in Atlanta. I heard a sister, and I talked to her today in a Kroger. I was in a Kroger, and she was talking about like how it used to be way more black people in Atlanta, and the white people, are cheating. They doing all this stuff. And, now we only like at 50%. I was like, well, it's really roughly 48%, in their statistics. And she was like, so you agree with them gentrifying? You want it gentrified? And I was like, no, I don't. I wish it was more of us here, but it ain't their fault. It's our fault. How could you say that? Well, I mean, where are you from? Well, I'm from the West Side, West End. I said, do you know people in that community where their houses, when, grandma died or mom's died or something like that, did you know that if it was foreclosed or was it sold? No, most of them, they just turned abandoned, it was all kind of stuff happening and blah. I was like, basically, they didn't teach their children how to pay property tax. They didn't tell their children also that, hey, I'm behind on my property tax. When they got that loan, they should have had the property tax in the loan. This is what I'm talking about. We have to teach our children how to survive in this capitalistic system. Fuck being a FOI or a Aboriginal American Indian or a Moor or this, that. We have to learn how to live here so this won't happen to us. Then we could become FOI. We could become Moors and but not be divided as in like I don't like this black person or I don't like Africans. That is not going to help us have control. I don't like Caribbean motherfuckers. That's not cool. Or Caribbeans, I don't like Yankee Boy. You see, that's what they want. That's what they want. That's what we want. I'm not from Cabbagetown. I'm from LA. And I rep Long Beach and Corson, but I don't own it. We don't own it, bro. This is where it really jacks me up with gang banging back at the crib. Like, okay, OG, I know a couple homies back at the tilt, back in the days. They were telling me, yo, this block right here make like 20 grand, 30 grand a month. And they got the YGs because I could live anywhere I want. That's why. Just like you could go to LA and live in LA. I'm not tripping off you. What's going on? What's going on? Let me tell you the real reason why I'm in Atlanta. This is the reason why. The real reason why I'm in Atlanta is because LA got gentrified a long time ago when the rappers, hip hoppers came into Hollywood. They really had a movement. Everybody started coming to LA. Pac came to LA late. That made the property values go up because a lot of those people were buying homes before they, like MC Breed and Tupac, started buying homes in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that gentrification and the property values going up, I've seen that happen. And now it's happening in Atlanta, and I'm taking advantage of it because I know how to survive. I'm not here trying to be hoard. I'm not here trying to take over a block. I'm here because I could be more self-sufficient. And the economy is about to, jobs are about, it's about to go down, and it's not going to last. I don't think the economy is going to turn around because AI is very disruptive for about 7 to 10 years, bro. So I kind of seen that beforehand and came out here because it was cheaper to live out here. And the way LA is now, I feel Atlanta's better. It's better. When you drive around Atlanta and you meet the few natives that are left, they're good people. They're good people. The only place I really don't like it, and I don't like Buckhead because it reminds me of LA. Everyone bougie and they got the expectation. They're really in La La Land. They're not there. You know what I'm saying? Caltech got killed. Astronaut got killed sitting on the porch. Sad man, sitting on the porch. I don't get it, homeboy. You ain't never jump off the porch. What are you talking about, man? West Coast, it's where how you feel. You know, if you feel West Coast is better, that's cool, bro. That's cool, Brody. But I feel Atlanta's better for me. It has fresher air. The traffic isn't as bad. The cost of living is low. Um, you have four seasons. It's beautiful here. If we had a dilemma with food, you know what I'm saying? You could get food out here. I mean, it's still deer roaming around here, all that. You could fish in rivers where it's actual fish. So standing water is bad. You know what I'm saying? not really for fish, especially catfish, but I'm talking about, for us to drink. So, you know, you have rivers out here in LA. Okay, let's say if it's a food dilemma, what you gonna eat? Skunks, crows, squirrels, rats. Uh, it's barely no deers. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't eat nothing there if something happens, and you have to be self-sufficient. You could grow on this soil. You know what I'm saying? Like LA don't even it's an irrigated um it's an irrigated city. Before, if you go back and look at archives of pictures of Los Angeles in 1890 to the 1920s, it's cactus everywhere. It's the Pacific Ocean. Good point. This is where I was getting to. You remember when Japan had the meltdown and all that radiation got in the water? That's another reason why I moved. All that fish got radiation in them. I don't want to be around that shit. And then when you have fog, that radiation comes up and they're breathing in that shit. I'm a very conscious person. I got away from that shit. That shit, radiation don't go away for decades. I'm not, it's, you know how many people gonna be catching cancer and they gonna say later, they already know this, they gonna say later, oh, Californians, they just, for some reason, they ain't gotten cancer. Oh, we figured out the reason why, and it'll be like 20 years later, 25 years, 30 years later. Oh, yeah, when they had the meltdown in Japan, yeah, it was like people were inhaling, small amount of radiation, but the longer you stay, it just, you see, this, okay, Los Angeles have good weather, but right about now, that's it. Really, the great cities in California, and I'm not saying because white people there, just how it's built, how it looks. San Diego's amazing. Temecula, um, Santa Barbara, the Bay Area, just period. Bay Area is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Sacramento has this little, Sacramento kind of remind me of, it doesn't look like California. It's very different. It's very different, but it has its beauty as well. So, but Atlanta, North Carolina, and all the Southeast, it's it's really untapped. And people that live in big cities like me, that I remember when LA really didn't even have as much concrete. And then the 84 Olympics came. That whole shit got concrete. I was in LA. I remember it was owls everywhere, it was hawks everywhere, it was jackrabbits everywhere. It was strawberry fields, orange fields. I remember that. I remember going into Watts and it's dirt fucking roads, like San Francisco. I remember that shit, homie. Before gangbangers. I'm with my pops in the Corps. You know what I'm saying? He had a van, he had a Peugeot. If you ever, I'm an old school motherfucker. And the white people had, the beach living like Three's Company and shit. That shit was real. You know what I'm saying? LA was a beautiful, amazing place. But when more people came, it made the property value go up. And now the natives are gone. So when people say, we full here in Atlanta, that sounds stupid. Because this is the United States. People can move anywhere they want. If you know how to dance with capitalism and us as a people, you won't get hurt. Because in the Jewish community on La Cienega to Melrose, all in that area, they aren't being hurt because they bought those apartment complex a long time ago. And then they walk around there, they don't have to have a job because they put all their money together. You know that Jewish people, I think they may have in America like 2 million and some, I'm not sure. Let me check, but their numbers are low, but they own everything. They're They have a lot of control. So this is where I come. Why do black people make babies when we're not even ready to have children? Why do we put our children in bad hood circumstances? I'm 53. I don't have any children because I didn't have the money at that time to have children. We need to change our culture. Why should we be hard? Why do we have to be hard when we really not hard? Because the people that's harming us, you ain't even fighting. You're afraid of white people. Black people afraid of white people. Actions speak louder than words. They'll kill, you know, someone that looked like them before, what the system did. We should be mad as hell what crack did to our communities. We can't fight them, like a Proud Boy or something. They got nukes. I was in the military. We can't be. It's countries out there, even strong countries like China and Russia together. They can't beat America. Could they sink some of their ships and other things? Yes, but when it comes down to it, America will obliterate because they put all their money in national defense. They got some nasty shit we haven't heard of. If they got to bring it out, they'll bring it out. Some crazy white boys up at top in America. They're crazy, and they do whatever they want. They're never gonna get harmed by the Epstein files. That's just something to talk about. They're doing other evil things. We have to get together and get more control so we can brace when they come and be like, well, goddamn, these people got more control. And then when you have security and you're not hating on each other, I'm Trap, I'm Blood, I'm Crip, I'm Aboriginal American Indian, I'm Moor, I'm FOI. See all that fucking division? This is what they dwell on. So if we all come together, this bad nightmare that we're going through, in the days where 30-year-olders and up are talking about on Facebook all day, Sexy Red, Cardi B, just celebrities. The shit is fucking weird. Grown people. And then I have other friends of other ethnicities. They don't even know the fuck a lot of them are because they're busy making a better life for their kids or their grandkids or knowing how to create businesses. And we fucking paying attention to some fucking entertainers. And the entertainers don't even own their life. Jewish people own majority of the time. He or she who pays you controls you. He or she who pays you controls you. Why do you think I'm on here trying to push an agenda? Why do you think I'm on here trying to build the minds of our people? Why do you think that my YouTube channel is not escalating as much? It's because I'm providing nutrition, but a lot of America, period, not just black people, they like junk food. It's okay to eat junk food sometime, but you have to digest nutritious things majority of the time. That has to go in your subconscious. If it doesn't, you're going to do some of the most stupidest shit and you're going to waste your life. Yes, I did hear about that. So I guess that's true. Georgia's entire state population is about the same of LA County. Yeah, I heard that. I mean, so what? I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I think this is my homie. And if you are, I apologize, but I get real passionate about our people and I want to be focused. And I hate when our people say, man, I'm going to get with you and this, that, and don't do a goddamn thing. Just don't say it. Just don't say it. You know what I'm saying? just subscribe and follow and get the vitamins and minerals, a few that I put down. I'm not the best speaker. I'm not trying to, preach here on my brother's spot. I'm just trying to put ideas out here. No, we're not going to start a chamber of commerce where if 500,000 of us put $10 a month, we're going to be over it. No, mm-mm, I'm not doing that. But we do want to be a recipient of that. We will put a written business model, what we're going to do, how many people, black people we're going to hire, what's our agenda for the community, donations, HBCUs. It has to be organized, and that's boring. No one wants to hear that, especially on a Friday night, but I have to get it out there. If I don't put it out here, very few people are going to put it out here on YouTube because they just want to get entertained. They want to see a fight against Anton Daniels, Holberg. You know, they want to see that shit. That's junk food. That's not going to help us. They want to see an NBA game, an NFL game, MB, in Major League Baseball, MLB. You know what I'm saying? Black people, or whatever we want to be called, we don't have time for this shit. We have to start a movement, and it has to be organized, and the movement will be very peaceful. It'll be very peaceful. And we have to keep saying that once the movement starts, because the news will eventually say that we're not peaceful. And then they can move in and do, you have to be organized. And we are peaceful, but we have to constantly say we're peaceful. You know what I'm saying? And that all we're doing is just building up our sections of the town. We have to be more organized. We have to understand, like, don't hate other ethnicities, but once we get our community built up and we have certain commercial properties and businesses, don't go to the other ethnicity business. They don't belong in our communities really anyway, because we got to recycle the dollar. Just like in Korean communities that are, I think is in Duluth, you know what I'm saying? They dominate the industry, the businesses. And I go in there sometime and I get Korean barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I go in there and I get some hair products because that's the only place that I could really go if I'm right there. Is, convenience is a motherfucker. But I do, go out my way to go in the black community and buy some stuff, even if they're rude. It's that serious. I want to stimulate our economy. You know what I'm saying? It's black people that I've gone up to. I'm going to do it this weekend. I say, hey, you get on my brother's spot for $3 a month. We lowered it from 3 to 10. You get a free interview on my brother's spot. Your website, if you have a website, you're going to get more and more visits on the website because our dedicated servers are powerful and they're fast. So if you're on a fast loading website, then what's going to happen is that more people are going to see your business. Even if you're on Wix or GoDaddy, you're not going to rank on those websites. You're just not. And just because it's cheap and just because it's in layman's terms and it's easier to do doesn't mean that it functions well with the AI. The objective of a website is to make money. It has nothing to do with beauty. I'm not being rude. It doesn't. People want the aesthetics, but it has to function right. And if you have certain codes in there that are from all like GoDaddy, Shopify, you're not gonna rank. So things have to get changed around, and this is just real game, you know. So it's gonna be hard. These white people, they're very good at understanding black people and other ethnicities and what people they spend a lot of money on mental studies and what people like, how to present it, how to market it, and people eat it up. And then they say that online businesses don't work. They get burnt out. So thank God I didn't go through that. But now I see what's going on. So I'm Jay Hadwin, brand ambassador of My Brother Spot. Family, thanks for not being as rude as you used to be. Thank you, trollers, for not saying the weirdest junk in the world. Am I upset about Jesse Jackson dying? I wasn't there. I don't know for sure, but every time I see Jesse Jackson, I really saw a gatekeeper. I could be hella wrong, but I don't be feeling Jesse Jackson, man. As in him dying, rest in peace. I don't wish him no ill intent, but I really didn't pay attention to Jesse Jackson. So to answer your question, am I upset? No, I give my respect to his family, rest in peace, to brother Jesse Jackson, but I know a little too much. I'm good. He was a troublemaker. Hey, brother, you know. Wow, the message retracted. Wow, interesting. Well, family, this is the fourth live that I did. No rubies, no super chats. Damn, when you just don't give people junk food, they will never give you a super chat. They will never give you a rubies. They won't spend no type of money on you. I've been on here for 1 hour and 17. You know what I'm gonna do, family, in the future? Before I go, my next live, I think I'm gonna find some type of fine female to come on here with me, and then have her shirt like this, where half of her boobies are showing, and then we talk, and then have her say, yeah, my brother Spot needs money, we need to, self-fund and blah, blah, blah. I guarantee you, we'll at least get $1. We'll get way more than that. Boy, boy, I tell you what, us men, we don't get no love unless we bullshitting and putting on the show and not telling the truth. It's just amazing to me. Well, anyway, family, I'm Jay Hadwin, brand ambassador of My Brother Spot. Let me see, what the hell is 6'7"? Anyway, peace out, y'all.